Hello, welcome to another episode of Drive Time Crypto with me, Crypto Chris. If you're new around here, welcome, and if you are returning, hello again, it's great to see you. Let's get this video started and start at our first pit stop, as always, price news. So there wasn't much Bitcoin news about today, not anything that was worth noting or going over again that we haven't gone over in the video yesterday, but there was some news around Ethereum and the relevant altcoins that are seeing some nice action today. This one says ETH soared above 4,600 to set a new all-time high. Bitcoin trails. The world's second largest cryptocurrency, ETH, hit an all-time high on Wednesday, catching up with Bitcoin's rally and riding on news of a wider blockchain adoption. Next one, Ethereum could hit 8,000 by year-end, Goldman Sachs analysis say. And the next one, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot set all-time highs as crypto market topped $2.9 trillion. So yeah, there's been some nice movement in the altcoins. I see a lot of excitement on the internet and on Twitter that everybody thinks that the altcoin season has started. If you are not aware what the altcoin season is, this is where they say that it's the one after the other. All the different altcoins start to have a rally. It all gets a bit pandemonium, all gets really crazy, euphoric, and you just see nothing seems to be able to fail. Everything starts setting all new time highs. Me personally, I don't think that we're at an alt season just yet, although we are seeing other stuff set new all-time highs. I still believe we've got to see a bit more action out of Bitcoin before we truly hit an altcoin season, but nevertheless, it's great signs. It's still very bullish. It's great to see that coins are setting new all-time highs. And this one reads, Solana flips Cardano to take 5th place, surges to a new all-time high above $237 per coin. And now it's good to see Solana making moves again. It had a bit of a rocky September. We went over that in a couple of videos ago, where it had a bit of downtime and they weren't sure why the blockchain went down, but it was down for what is a significant time within this industry, and there was some people speculating it was a 51% attack. Nevertheless, you did see a downturn in their price, but it seems to be really coming back, and there's a host of reasons why there seems to be a lot of institutional interest within it. Why billionaire invested in the Solana ecosystem? I'm not going to try and pronounce his names. I am hopeless with names. I do apologise. If you can read it on the screen, there you go. A top performer in the crypto market, Solana continues to attract the attentions from institutional investors and strengthen its fundamentals for future gains. In that sense, the ecosystem built on top of this network seems poised to become the prime contender to take over a portion of Ethereum's market share. Now, the reason why we're getting into institutional interest within it is because they believe billions of dollars in NFT trades predicted to move from Ethereum to Solana, and here is why. Solana's massive adoption has been a major drive of the price upsurge in its native token Sol. According to Chris Cantino, this is likely to continue as Ethereum struggles with gas fees. So basically, the Ethereum network and blockchain has been seeing some fantastic gains, some real momentum and some real use over it. The amount of transactions that is happening on the network is phenomenal, and it is down a lot to the NFT market. That market in itself is exploding, and there is so much money flowing through the NFT space. We've been over it in a couple of videos, and predominantly where you are finding NFTs being minted, it is on Ethereum. Now, the issue that we've got with that is when all these NFTs keep on getting minted and there's a lot of high demand and high traffic on the network, the gas fees go up, and sometimes it is ridiculous. And I mean ridiculous. You could be trying to buy, and if you're not timing it right and the network's heavily congested, you could try and get a $40 NFT, just to throw that figure out, but then you could be asking to be paid $700 in a transaction fee, the gas fees. And it seems to have gone a lot more mental since the last upgrade on the network, EIP 1995, where the transaction fee reward was getting burnt, and this has seemed to spike the miners on the network to put up their fees even more. They don't have to put them up to where they are, but they have done. It seems like it's been quite coordinated, if I'm honest with you. But nevertheless, it's strangling the Ethereum network. But when I say it's strangling, there's still plenty going on that. It doesn't seem to have slowed it down at all. I just feel that it could be so much more further along if these gas fees weren't such a prominent thing. Anyway, what's come along is, as always, if you want to succeed in this space, you try and mimic what every other blockchain is doing. So everybody's offering NFTs at the moment, but the difference is that they're offering it at faster transaction speeds and a fraction of the cost. And this is what they are putting it down to, why Sol is having a great rally, because you are seeing a lot of NFT action being built on it. But nevertheless, there is kind of ways round for Ethereum. I know that due to the gas fees, websites such as Unstoppable Domains, where you had to pay the gas fees so you can buy a domain from Unstoppable Domains and you can have that put onto the Ethereum blockchain, so then you own it for the rest of eternity. That is your domain. Nobody can take it unless you sell it, but you have to pay the gas fee. Now, there's been a nice move by them. They have moved to the the Polygon blockchain, which is like a layer 2 solution. So basically that's offering the ability to transact upon the Ethereum network for a fraction of the price. So there is this competition to solve that. There is layer 2 solutions available at the moment to the Ethereum network, but nevertheless, while the gas fees are still high, you are seeing the likes of Solana really benefiting from it because their transaction fees are so small. Nevertheless, there is one little bit more price news, and it's not really price news, but it was popular news, and it's covers a sort of price. And this is Shiba Inu wallet that turned 8k into 5 billion is active again. Here's how much SHIB was cashed out. Now, there hasn't been a day recently that there hasn't been a Shiba Inu bit of news. Nevertheless, it was transpired that somebody had purchased $8,000 worth of SHIB, and at its all-time high, it was worth 5.4 billion. The wallet hadn't really done anything for quite some time, so a lot of people seem to think that the owner had forgotten or lost the private keys, because the sentiment comes from, because there's a lot of people that owned Bitcoin 7 or 8 years ago, and because it was such a long time ago, they've lost the computers, and it wasn't as easy to take custody of your private keys, etc. And there's a hell of a lot of Bitcoin that's been accounted for as being gone because it's in a wallet that has been dormant for so long. And this mindset kind of came over onto this news, and they thought that the wallet may be dormant. However, it is not dormant, and it has started moving the SHIB across. The Shiba Inu investor, who in August 2020, so not even that long ago, like just over a year ago, bet $8,000 on the meme-inspired cryptocurrency, and at one point saw the value of his tokens well past 5.7 billion mark, has started to move his giant stash. According to data from the Ethereum Blockchain Explorer ETHScan, the investor has moved funds in transactions of 10 trillion SHIB. Yeah, because obviously it's ridiculous the amount of coins that there are out on this one. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to digress. But nevertheless, he's started to move in tranches of 10 trillion SHIB to different wallets, although the funds do not appear to have been sent to a centralized trading platform. So it's not entered an exchange at the moment, but nevertheless, he has moved it about. And each wallet has now got over $650 million worth of SHIB tokens. So, yeah, basically, what I think's happening here is that he's got to be really careful. Sorry, they have got to be really careful. I'm presuming it was a bloke then. It could be a female. So they've got to be really careful, because if they just moved it all onto one exchange, it will just crash the ecosystem and the market, and will send the price of SHIB through the floor, because everybody will think, right, he's going to cash out this, the price is going to go down, and it's an escalating occurrence. So he's moved these coins about. Now, my thought, and I might not be right, my thought process on this is, if he can move it to enough wallets and spread it about, then it's going to be harder to keep a track of these wallets, or when he starts moving amounts off it, it won't seem as scary, because it's not coming out of the wallet that had $5.7 billion worth in there. It's now coming out of a smaller wallet, and it can move $1 million on, it can move $1 million on, and it'll go under the radar, and it'll help keep the coin's value up. So I think it's a smart move what he's done. Nevertheless, $5.7 billion worth of money has just woke up and is moving it about. And I'm glad that it is, in a way, because I would have hated someone to invest $8,000, took a punt, and is now financially free, and he lost it or couldn't get to it. So really happy for them, and I'm made up that the money's moving. Let's see what happens with the market. Let's see how he drips it in. But really, that was all the price news that was out there at the moment. A lot of bullish sentiment towards the altcoin market, with the altcoins, a few of them setting the new all-time high, but there weren't really too much more of the news to report out. Nothing major's happened, no movement as such. We're still kind of sat in this limbo after such a good October, November. Everybody's poised still. So yeah, it's still just a waiting game. Nevertheless, the markets were green when I started this recording. Everybody loves Green Day, and everything's looking healthy, and stuff is pumping, and stuff is still staying strong. So yeah, it's exciting times, but nevertheless, let's pull away from the price news and carry on into the next article. And this was really popular news. This is why I had to stop here. And it reads, Coinbase pushing lending options with $1 million Bitcoin-backed loan. So, and I could have pulled up quite a few articles about this. Coinbase lets customers borrow up to $1 million using Bitcoin as collateral. The Nasdaq-listed crypto exchange Coinbase is now letting customers borrow up to $1 million using Bitcoin as collateral. The company charges 8% APR, but there is no credit check. The exchange said that the Bitcoin used as collateral remains safely held by Coinbase, emphasizing it is not lent out or used for any other purpose. Customers can borrow up to $1 million with Bitcoin as collateral from Coinbase. We're excited to announce that the eligible customers, surely everybody's eligible if they've not got to have a credit check and you've got some Bitcoin that you can put against it, but nevertheless, the eligible customers can now borrow up to $1 million US dollars from Coinbase. On the website, it said that borrowing cash using Bitcoin as collateral is noting that the borrowers will pay just 8% APR. So, and they can borrow up to as much as 40% of the value of the Bitcoin in their account. So basically, each month you only need to pay the interest due, which is £10 minimum. And I think this is a really smart move, and I can see this is where the industry is going. That it's already there. You can already get loans and funds within crypto. You can loan and fund crypto already. This isn't nothing new, but basically this is now going after one of the main features of the high street banks, which is loans. And if you can get a loan without a credit check, and all you've got to do is lock up your Bitcoin that you own, and you could take 40% out of it, and you know that it's going to be safe. So as long as you know that you can pay it back, if you are a long-term holder of Bitcoin, you are going to hold it long, and that is your plan, then this is a really easy way of spending your Bitcoin without spending your Bitcoin. So it's a bit of a no-brainer for me, really. I find it really exciting. I think that the high street banks are going to be no. I'm going to say it. I think they're going to be nervous about it, if I'm honest with you, because a lot of their money comes from the loans. That's how they make money. So if the exchanges are now starting to offer this, and you don't need a credit check because you're putting the money up as collateral anyway, it's the way it's. This can't be offered by the banks. This is why the banks are now realizing that they're in such a predicament, because you can invest your money and still take a loan. That's not possible with a bank. You can't go in and say, oh, I would like to put this, I don't know, $50,000 in, and can you give me a 10%, a $10,000 loan, please? They just say, well, why can't you just use the money that you're going to put in? And that money that you put into a bank, now granted, I know that Bitcoin can go up and it can go down, so there's no guarantee that it could go up, but the likelihood of your money actually doing anything in the bank account that you could take the loan up against, it's not going to do anything. Whereas your Bitcoin, you could take the loan, you pay your 8% APR on it, but the Bitcoin could have gone up by 20% in that time. You can make money while you pay the loan. I think it's a fantastic move, and I'm sure we're going to hear more of it. I don't know whether there's going to be regulations that come in, but we'll have to wait and see. Because you're lending money, that surely there's going to be some sort of regulation. Not sure what the so it's available through the US, and I'm not quite sure what would happen if you reneged on payments. But surely if you're only lending up 40% of your Bitcoin, as long as it's not gone down by a phenomenal amount, then surely you can't default on the loan either. You just have to give them the equivalent of the Bitcoin in. Hopefully they don't say, if you default, we take all the Bitcoin, so then they'd make a 60% profit. But who knows? It's early in the news report, but nevertheless, it'd be interesting to carry on watching this. And that's not all the Coinbase news. So Coinbase confirms it's launching a subscription service with zero fees. The exchange is due to release a new product with zero fees trading, it told Decrypt today. In brief, Coinbase is in the process of testing a new subscription service. The exchange has said it would allow traders to buy and sell crypto without fees. Dubbed Coinbase One, it will only be available to a small handful of users at first. So, as per the normal kind of business model that there is out there, because people are used to paying subscription fees. You've got Netflix, you've got Spotify, you've got a host of things where it's now the accepted model that people just pay for. You don't even think twice about paying a monthly subscription for services. Then it seems a no-brainer and a logical way that if you're doing a lot of trading on Coinbase, then why not just pay a subscription service? And then that means that you don't have to, you have zero fees. Well, you do have fees, it just comes in the form of a subscription service. So yeah, Coinbase are really starting to push the boundaries again now. You're seeing a lot of news come out about them, and yeah, we'll wait and see if any of the other exchanges mimic it. Normally when one does one thing, the others soon quickly follow, or they may just wait to see how it goes, see if they get any what's the word I'm looking for, interest from the regulators for what they're offering there through the loans and the subscription. And then if they don't seem to get too much interest, then I'm sure the rest of these exchanges, not to be outdone, will follow on the way. And pulling away from the Coinbase news, in the next stop is pro-Bitcoin New York City mayor candidate wins election. Here's how it could make New York City a crypto hub. New York City mayor candidate Eric Adams won the election to become the 110th mayor of the iconic city. And it was in a couple of articles, and the promise he put within his manifesto is that he was going to restore the pandemic-ravaged city to its former glory within a year, but also wants to be an advocate to make New York become a Bitcoin hub. So basically, there's been a lot of businesses that left New York. New York has predominantly been quite vocal in the fact that they're not the biggest fan of crypto. It's not been a very crypto friendly environment. Businesses have seen it become hard to operate there, and they start to question why should we be here when you can move to somewhere like, you can literally pick up your computer, move over to Portugal, set up your business in Portugal where it's crypto friendly, you don't pay tax, they're inciting you in, and you don't get half as much flack. So there's been this big exodus from New York, and this new mayor that's coming in, obviously he understands it, he's visionary of it, he realises that the power of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and he knows that for a successful city, if you can embrace it, it can really do good things for you. So he seems to have his head screwed on. He's won the election. He wouldn't have won just on the premise that that's what he was going to do. You've got to have some fundamentals with it and back it up with sensible words and choice and actions. And he's obviously won over the hearts of New York, and he's won it. So let's see where that takes it. Be interesting to see if businesses go back to New York. If you was a business, would you go back to New York and give it a try, or would you want to stay and wait to see how that goes? I don't actually know how often they have an election for it. I don't know whether it's yearly or 4 years. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that, yeah, a lot of the businesses are going to wait and see how that plays out. I can't imagine them rushing to get back into New York, but yeah, that was really all the notable news today. The ones that had a couple of articles or multiple articles about it. It was a slightly quieter day, but nevertheless, it's been a good day for the market, and it's a good day for the space. Everything still seems to be going well. Let's just finish off now on the price news. As you can see, that is a lovely column there of green. Everything is doing well. Bitcoin is at $63,000. Ethereum at $4,600. Binance Coin at $568. And there you have Solana up to fourth, pumping hard with a 12% rise today. And that's at $240. And Cardano's up 5% to $2.08. XRP is having a nice day as well, up to 7.7% to $1.21. And Polkadot's up by 4% to $54. And the only one in red in the top 10 is Dogecoin, which is down 1.8% to 26 cents. But nevertheless, it's back in the top 10. And Shib Inu has dropped out and is behind Doge, because them two are the big competition against each other. So that is your top 10 market. I want to say thank you very much for watching the video. If you are still watching the video right now, thank you so much. You are my #1 viewer. I really, really appreciate the fact that you've taken this time to watch it. You probably haven't. I'm going to be honest with you. If you have, put it in the comments that yes, you watched to the end and surprise me. But my metrics say that nobody watches to the end. So yeah, I'm normally talking to myself at this point. Nevertheless, thank you very much for checking out the video. If you can give me a like, a comment and a subscribe, that would be really appreciated. Thanks very much. Goodbye.